courtesy of V-Jump, we have a new look at the upcoming Buuhan. Now, you guys know that I had been reporting on this, and there was some news that came out the other day. I got a bunch of mixed signals, so I kind of took that video down. Some people were saying it was false or things like that, and I don't want to misinform anybody at all. I care a lot about the credibility as far as that's concerned. And here today, we do have a first look / sneak peek of the unit courtesy of V-Jump. So anyways, hope you guys enjoy. Subscribe if you are new. If you guys are hyped for Buuhan, a new Buuhan / Super Buu / Buuicalo / Buu Tanks, like he's all those things. If you're hyped for that, make sure you do show support for the video by leaving that thumbs up. Anyway, so to begin, it's a whole bunch of kanji right here, but I do have a translation that we'll go ahead and read off, courtesy of the Dokkan Reddit, so shout out to them, of course. Anyway, so first and foremost, I'm going to show you guys the card art. Man, is that art amazing. That Buu Tanks looks so good right there. Like, legit, that is some really good art. That is some seriously good art. I really like it. I really don't like the facial features of the Buuicalo. And then there's the Buuhan in the final form. So otherwise, if you guys have not been up to date with this is going to be a transforming unit. Do not expect a lot of information right now. This should be the next Dokkan Festival post 250 million download celebration on JP. So Global should be getting Vegeta, and then JP should be getting this. But none of this is confirmed, of course. We'll have to kind of figure out when that comes out. So for the moment of truth, the translations. So, new Super Buu will be available in the upcoming Dokkan Festival. I guess that's confirmed. He'll transform in battle first to Majin Buu Piccolo, then Majin Buu Gotenks, and finally to Majin Buu Ultimate Gohan. Depending on his transformed state, his super attack will change. While Piccolo is absorbed, he will use a Special Beam Cannon. With Gotenks, he will use the Kamehameha. And with Gohan, he will use the Super Ghost Kamikaze attack. Note, the scan is slightly cut off, so I might be unable to completely view the text in its entirety. We'll update when I get a better look at the... So Goresh was saying that he can't see the full thing because, as you see, it is kind of cut off. So when we get a better scan, we might come back with some more information. Really, they're not telling us too much of anything other than the fact that it is a new Majin Buu. He is a STR type, as you see right here, and he will be coming into the game. Now, the thing about Buuhan, or Super Buu, excuse me, is that he's actually farmable, so... I don't expect them to drop another one alongside him. But for today's question of the day, feel free to theorize what you think they will drop alongside this unit. Again, he is a Dokkan Festival exclusive Buu, so that'll be different. Don't get it confused. He could technically be used alongside the older Dokkan Festival exclusive Majin Buus, all of them actually, because this is just a regular Super Buu. So I want to kind of transition into the next part of this where we take a look at pre-existing options for Buu. So first thing I want to kind of look at is that we already had Majin Buus in the game, of course. So there are Super Buu variants in here. So for example, this would be a Super Buu, but the thing about the game is that it just calls them Buu. Otherwise, it will call them Super. Now, I'm assuming that it would call him this, right? Because that's Super Buu. That's how the game differentiates, and that's how a lot of the fandom differentiates. I mean, technically, he's just Majin Buu regardless, but again, this is how we can differentiate. So by looking at this, you would know which Majin Buus you would not be able to use. Unfortunately, your 40% support one wouldn't be usable. Some of the healer options would not be usable as well, but all the other versions should be usable. For example, there's this Buu Tanks, there's the other Buuhan. You know, if you were to try to build a team, if these characters are on that category, you should be good from there. Now, speaking of category, this guy is supposed to be a enhanced transformation type category leader. So when I initially had that video up, I took it down. But the thing I said, the first thing I noticed when I looked at it is because courtesy of, I believe, I Seriously and Kawhi over on Twitter. Make sure you guys follow them, by the way. But they said that should be a category that features characters that achieve their powerfulest form or a new transformation or master their transformation. And the first thing that came to mind was like, yo, this kind of just sounds like it's a more specific version of full power. Like, when you look at the full power category, there's a lot of really powerful units in here, and it's like such a weird category because you can build teams that just kind of like thematically make no sense. You'd have Android 21 and then LR Goku and Frieza, then the leader, of course, then you'd have LR Gohan, then you'd have LR Broly, and then LR Bojack, whatever, right? Weird things like that. So it kind of isn't very cohesive otherwise unless you build a very specific build. And if you're looking for support, it's not an option here. You really only have access to very, very minimal like key supports and things like that, or attack and defensive supports to kind of patch some of those holes. So I'm hoping that that is not something that happens with this category. But of course, characters like Perfect Cell, probably Ultra Instinct Goku, most likely. Things like that will be in that category for the Majin Buu. And of course, I feel like there's a handful of transforming units that are in the game. Not just the Goku and Frieza right here, although I think they will probably wind up being in there as well. But I feel like there's a handful of transforming Dokkan Festival exclusives that will be in there, such as this new Vegeta, Super Saiyan Blue Evolution. But I feel like there's a bunch that probably won't as well. But if you're looking for kind of what this category will look like on a more basic level, it's going to look something like this. It might be a little bit cleaner. Like I said, there's a lot of variance in this category, but a lot of variance isn't always a good thing. That's not me capping on this category, just kind of giving you guys an idea as for like what to expect, right? So I personally hope that that's a good thing. And I also hope that Majin Buu has some viable links. He'll probably have maybe shocking speed. He'll probably be, you know what? He'll probably be like Goku and Frieza, hopefully more like Frieza, but he'll probably change his links quite a bit. If not, he'll definitely change them at least to some degree. He'll probably start off with Fear and Faith and then maybe pick up Shocking Speed as he progresses through the forms and gets to like the last couple. So that's what you can expect as well. Anyways, so one thing I did want to take a look at is since he's an Extreme STR type, I wanted to revisit the Extreme STR class in the game and kind of take a look at some of the units that we currently have and kind of see how this group of characters has been steadily improving. Of course, we are taking a look at it from the JP side of things because we have Android 21 here. But nonetheless, this list of characters used to be very, very weird. It didn't link very well. I'm talking about pre-Rose and things like that, where the Super Wild Road was a new thing, for example. It was kind of hard to build this team. It was more Janemba, Omega, Perfect Cell, things like that. But now you have a bit more variance, and you have a lot more options as far as it's concerned, because you can do things like this, and this is by no means the top team, right? So you can have him. Of course, you would have Janemba, because he's technically the leader if you were to try to build this team. You can have the Broly, Goku. You would have Android 21. She's an amazing option. Her healing is paramount. It's very, very good. You would have the new Buuhan. Imagine this is Buuhan right here. You would have things like that. So you kind of look at this and you're like, okay, well, this is amazing, right? It's starting to get really powerful. You have the new Frieza, which this isn't the more up-to-date one. Here he is right here. And then you're able to output, you're able to tank very well. And then, of course, that's not even me including things like the hit. This team can be way more optimized. Hit, the Jace down here, free-to-play Jace is very, very good for the passive support, things like that. So there's a lot of option, and I'm very excited for this because I always like to go back and revisit the previous teams in the game, especially the previous metas of the game. So again, just to recap before we get out of here, the Majin Buu is coming. He is a STR type. He will be a transforming unit. He will start off as a Super Buu. Super Buu is farmable. In fact, before we proceed, I will show you how to do that very quickly. Basically, you farm this Majin Buu good character from the Kid Buu event, the original one. So you would farm him on the first stage of that event. You would also be able to use the medals from that event and Dokkan awaken him into Super Buu, who is then from there used for farming the super attack. So yes, transforming unit, he is farmable technically because he starts off as regular Super Buu, and then throughout his transformations, he will transform. We do not have any word about his mechanic as far as like how the specifics are right now. Maybe that is part of this that got cut off. We don't know how his transformation works. If we look at some of the more recent transformations, he'll either be a turn-based transformation, which is like the Goku and Frieza, which I think is the most likely scenario because of the way that they've shaped and maneuvered the transformations of these units as we've progressed and stuff like that. So I think that's probably what's going to happen because he has so many forms to go through. So that's most likely to me, but otherwise you have things like RNG based after like 4 turns or things like that, or after every other turn, 2 turns, whatever, right? So that's pretty much how this would probably work out. Leader skill, again, should be the enhanced transformation category, or however the translation winds up being, but it should be some facsimile of the full power category as well. Looks something like that, a little bit more specific, but it sounds like it's just full power 2.0 from what we understand, from what we've heard from Kawhi and the data miners pretty much, but more remains to be seen as far as that's concerned. Anyways, last little bit, Extreme STR is getting really powerful. That Super Buu, hopefully it'll be really good. Hopefully his links do not change a whole lot upon transforming, so there is a little bit more consistency there. That is one of the issues that I do not like with the new Goku. Although you can fix it easily, it's something you shouldn't have to fix. Anyways, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Did you guys enjoy today's video? If you did, make sure you leave a thumbs up on the video. Try to get it up to 800 likes. Subscribe if you were new. Share the video out with your friends and let them know that a new Buuhan is coming. Again, post 250 million download celebration. On the global side of things, unfortunately, this should not be coming over there. They do have the Vegeta on the back end that should be coming, Super Saiyan Blue Evolution, which you're probably more hyped for. And then there's the hit that won the election over there as well. So anyways, I'll catch you all in the next one.